What are millennial cozies? So we're going to talk about that today. It is a subgenre within cozy mysteries, and I've narrowed it down to 5 different elements that I think really define what is a millennial cozy, because there's a lot of discussion out there. No one really knows. I read a really great blog article where she's like, I just don't know the answer, which is true. I don't think any of us know because it's so new, but I'm going to go ahead and try to define it with these 5 elements. Hi everyone, I'm Lisa, author of the Frosted Misfortunes Cozy Mystery Series, starring my own little kitty cat, Lucky. On this channel, we talk all about mysteries, whether those are books, TV shows, or movies. So if this sounds like you or something you might be interested in, make sure to hit the subscribe button below. I post new videos every Tuesday. So today we're going to talk about millennial cozies, which obviously is a mashup of 2 different kind of concepts and definitions. So we're going to talk about each of those as well as the 5 elements. But let's just take a step back. What is a cozy mystery? There's a really good video over on my channel and over on Courtney's on what is a cozy mystery. I will leave links to that below. But basically, it's like something that has no gore. It is no curse words, no sex. It's very G-rated. You can watch it with your children. You can watch it with your grandmother. Everyone feels very comfortable watching these, but it's still a good like mystery or whodunit. And there's no gore though. So it's not like a thriller or serial killer or something too like icky in terms of blood and guts and stuff like that. So that is a cozy mystery. Most people think of Agatha Christie's Miss Marple character or Murder, She Wrote, both of which I do love. And I loved watching Murder, She Wrote when I was 10 or 12. So I don't know that, some people argue you need to have young characters to, attract young readers. And I don't think that's true. I think they like reading all different. I mean, I know during my life, I've never been like, I need to read the character that is exactly aligned with the current age that I am right now. Like, that would be crazy. So I do understand that there are different aspects that do appeal to different generations. So that is really millennials, which is a generation. So I am Generation X, which is because I'm 47. So those are kids that were born, I think, in the 70s. And then Generation Z, or Generation Y, which came right after Generation X, is millennials. Now, there are actually 2 groups inside of there. So the first group is the older ones, the 30 to 40-year-old millennials. And they're actually called geriatric millennials, which I've read some articles. I don't know why. The millennials get really offended by that term because usually when you think of geriatric, you think of like someone with a cane and in a nursing home. But that's just what they're calling them. The 25 to 29 group is like the younger millennials, and they're almost like the ones that are 25 straddle what's the next generation, which is Gen Z, and those are called Zillennials. Zillennials. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. Anyways, it's the word Zillennials with the letter Z in front to signify that it's really close to Gen Z, which is the next generation under that, which is age 24 through like I want to say 10. So they're still like super little and maybe just starting out in life right after college or not after college. I think a lot of people are just like, I want to be a YouTuber and I don't want to go to college because I'm just going to make money online, which is totally fine. So those are basically the definitions of what a millennial is. It's an age, and what is a cozy, which is a subgenre of mysteries. So you put those together, and what do you get? You get these 5 elements. And I think just as an aside as well, there's actually a lot of funny YouTube videos and memes out there about Gen Z making fun of millennials. And, I think it's hilarious because when I was 15, I remember my cousin's 10 years older than me and she was 25. And I was like, you are so old. Like, your life is over. There's nothing else for you to do. You should just retire. Like, I don't know why. I think it's all perspective. I just thought it was older. And so all of these videos are making fun of them, how they all like avocado toast and all like the catchphrases they say and how they post all these hashtags and how they all like everything they have is in rose gold. So yeah, that's what it kind of reminded me of. Obviously, I'm like way past that. But anyways, going on into my list of the 5 things. So the first one is age. So I think millennial cozies are that younger millennial. It's not the geriatric millennials, the 30 through 40. Now, it could be, but usually when I think of millennial cozies, it's more of the stage in life. So before 30, the reason that the older generation of millennials are called geriatrics is because they're married with kids in the suburbs and they're like working on their 401k and they're just more settled, I guess, in life. And versus the 25 to 31-year-old millennials are still kind of finding themselves. They may be getting a second degree. They might be living at home with their parents. They're looking for love. They've never been married. They're single. So all these are, like, to me, a different stage in life versus the 30 to 40, which is obviously what I think of. Not necessarily true, but that's what I think of when I think of millennial cozies. We're focusing on the 25 to 30-year-olds. The second thing is attitude. So I really think like the new millennial cozies are meant to be characters that have a little more spunk. They're plucky, they're independent, they're not really sure of everything, but they're just going to forge ahead and try stuff anyway. So they're very self-assured in terms of the direction that they want to move versus like the 30 to 40. Usually it's like someone who's a little bitter. Maybe they're a single mom, they're divorced. That seems to be where cozy mystery main characters kind of start out at. And so that is definitely not it. So it's more like if you've been reading the paranormal women's fiction, which I actually have a video haul and a definition of that coming up next week, but PWF is more of women that are 40 and over. And it's usually, not always, but it's focused on like that bitter divorce, going through menopause, that next stage in life. And so this is definitely not that. It's when you're first starting out, that way, way earlier stage where everything is still full of hope and like the world is a great, wonderful place. The third thing is that it has more modern vibes. So I'm not talking about smartphones because like right now, if you've read the latest stats, even senior citizens that are baby boomers, they're all using everyone's using smartphones. It's more of not just the technology, but like not every town is white anymore, right? In Arsenic and Adobo, there were tons of different ethnicities and races, and they were all part of the community versus like the current cozies, I would say, that are not millennial cozies. It's just assumed that everybody's white. No one's like, here comes the white shop owner. Here comes the white woman. Like, you just kind of assume everybody in the town is white. To me, I think that's what it means more when it says that it's modern. You also have people who have different sexual orientations, but they're not that stereotypical like gay man who's like all into fashion and kind of, very cliche stereotypical. It's like just regular people that are trans or, just identify in different ways. And they're not like stereotype flamboyant kind of things that have typically been portrayed in books in the past. So that's what I mean by modern. The fourth thing is there's some adult content. So usually in cozies, you don't talk about drugs, you don't talk about alcohol, and you don't talk about sex. And Arsenic and Adobo did all of those. And I think in a way that it's more natural and germane to the lifestyle and the characters and the things that they think about versus just kind of throwing it in there for like a shock factor or something. So I think that also is something that you'll see more in millennial cozies that you don't typically see in a regular cozy. And then the fifth thing is they have illustrated covers. That's something that I just think they should all have to help distinguish a cozy mystery from a millennial cozy from a regular cozy mystery. And so, Dial A for Aunties, they tried to market that as a mystery, and there's a tiny bit of mystery in there, but it's not like a true cozy mystery, but it's millennial for sure, 100%. And that cover was amazing. And so was the cover for Arsenic and Adobo. And then Olivia Black's Killer Content also had a really cute illustrated cover. So when I see those covers, I automatically, as a reader in my mind, think millennial cozy. So I hope that was helpful. Let's go through that list again. The first thing is age, and mostly the younger end of the millennials, not the geriatrics, and also their stage in life. They're single, without kids, never married. And then the second one is their attitude. They're very independent and forthright and like very sure of themselves. The third one is more modern vibes in terms of not just technology and, websites that they go to or whatever they do, but more so in terms of like not everybody's white in the town. We're not going to assume that. We're going to assume there are other different minorities in there, and also that there are other different sexual orientations of people, and not in a cliche way. And number 4, there is adult content, which it could be alcohol or sex or drugs, and not like sexual content, but like they talk about those things openly. And then number 5 is illustrated covers. So that is my take on what a millennial cozy is. Let me know below if you have other ideas or you have other millennial cozies that you have read that you would love to recommend to everyone. And that's a wrap for today. So I hope everyone's having a great day. And, hopefully maybe this time next year, I can do a millennial cozy haul because there are more millennial cozies out there in the world to talk about. All right. I hope everyone's having a fabulous day, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.